I've lost count.
Oh,
Right.
I love that. Love
Another
it.
one was there was a new federation starting in an industry that I was working. It was in real estate, and they were really wanting to rival what was going on. So I invited them onto a podcast. Again, it was at the time it was more. I was really interested. Let's see where it goes. Like they weren't really at the stage that they could become a client yet because they were still too small. Fast forward maybe 12 months, they get in touch with me and said, we've got 3 people that we're about to choose from to become our official partner for this, this, and this. And we're really surprised that you didn't submit a tender. And I was like, well, I didn't know I was supposed to. And they were like, well, we're really encouraging you to submit a tender. So I did, and then I won the business of shock horror. And I actually sat down for a beer with the guy, and I said, how come you chose me? And he said, because all the other 3 were only willing to give us something when there was money on the table. He said, you elevated us and put us on a stage while there was nothing on offer.
Which I think has just so beautifully made your point, really. And I think that between the two of us, we have emphasized that this is a much more concrete, important way. And also, I think, however obvious it is, it's worth saying because you don't know who they know.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
true.
also a real underestimation of what value that person could truly be for you. Even if they don't buy anything from you in that moment, they bank who you are, or they think of you again in another context. And for example, I've lost count of the number of times I've supported somebody's member of their family because they themselves don't need it, but they think of me when it comes to mind because they know somebody's in need. So, Phil, apart from the incredible value you've been able to give today, I obviously would like to be able to emphasize how people get in touch with you so that should they wish to use your skill and your service, they can do so. So I took a look at your offering. I know there's a pricing structure and I know there's sort of different levels. How do you want to tell people about you? What is it that you would like people to do if they're fascinated and interested and want to take this forward with you?
Well, firstly, thank you so much for having me here. I think it's been a lot of fun, and I hope we have added a lot of gold nuggets and value to people.
Absolutely.
I mean, this for me is just such a phenomenal way of doing business, and you can tell by the smile on my face because I'm really a horrific actor. So 10,000 hours of podcasting. This is either who I am. No, exactly. Or I deserve an Oscar by now. But no, what I would say is in the show notes below, there'll be a link to come and check out Billionaires in Boxes. I'll make sure to share that with you so you can include that in there. And that will really kind of give you a drive towards one of our landing pages. It'll show you some of our videos, some of our services, and just come check it out. I mean, and if it feels like it resonates with you, there'll be an option there to book in a call with me or one of the team to have a chat with us about you and about our business. And like I said earlier in the call, one of the things that I always try to do with those calls is make it win-win. So if it's not us that can help you, I will point you in the direction of somebody that can. And if it is us that can help you, then we'll arrange a separate call to explore what that could look like. But either way, you'll leave that call a few further steps forward in your process.
Yeah, which I think is brilliant. It's been an absolute joy, Phil. Thank you so much for your time. I can't believe 30 minutes has gone by so fast. I'm certain I would have had another 30 in me if I'd just known that you were going to be around long enough. So more to the point, do come back on at some stage in the future. We'd love to keep you on our books so we can ask you again.
I'd love to. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's always lots of fun. It's like sometimes when you do interviews like this, you feel like you want to go full Joe Rogan, don't you? And go, let's just spend 3 hours talking about this. But no, I completely agree, and it's a lot of fun. And then yeah, I'm actually curious. Before we go, what was your biggest takeaway point from today? Then, what's the thing that was the biggest aha moment for you?
I think genuinely, what I was probably first attracted to was the slightly quirky name and intrigued. And I think that is an interesting psychology point, actually. You know, branding or marketing something where there's intrigue is quite interesting because you want to lift the lid of the box so you can find out more. I've met you, so I know that you are a great person, never mind what it is that you offer. And that was probably then what attracted me into being able to talk and get to know you a bit better. And then when it came to your offering, I think the super nugget is that so much of what you say comes very naturally if you can just hone your thoughts around how it is you would target that and understand it's not about what you want to offer them. It's about what do they need and how can you get your foot in the door. Use your podcast as that conduit to do that, and don't get intimidated. And I think, you know, if Phil can do it, you can do it. And Phil even helped take you forward. So, there was a lot in there, thanks, that I think,
No,
people
I love that,
process.
and you've just really touched on something that actually, and I promise I'll wrap up now. But you've just touched on something there that is a phrase that I use a lot, which is sell them what they want, give them what they need,
Absolutely.
and that right there is exactly how you do it. You just described it to a T, because what that business that you want to work with might need is your solution. What they want is a platform to talk about themselves and elevate their business. So give them a platform to talk about themselves and elevate their business, and then say, well, here's what you need to be able to achieve that, and then insert what it is that you do. Introduce, not sell.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you, Phil. I've thoroughly enjoyed talking to you, as I did last time. It's been a joy.
Thank you so much for having me.